Alright, so here's my project one, rent versus own analysis of personal residence. Here's all the given values. I'm gonna get the loan amount first, which is the loan value ratio times the purchase price, which is $250,000. So it's $200,000. And then I'm gonna do the annual debt service, which is gonna be the payment function and then the interest rate divided by payments per year, and then the number of years, and you multiply that by the number of payments as well per year, and then the loan amount, and then you multiply all of that by -12. Alright, so in this part I'm going to do calculate the annual loan constant, which is going to be this number here, the annual debt service payment. Annual debt service payment divided by the loan amount. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's going to be that percentage. And then the equity investment will be the purchase price minus the loan amount, which it's probably not going to show up because what's wrong with it. But yeah. All right. So to do the interest calculation for the summary loan schedule, I'll start by doing the cumulative interest payment function. And then do the interest rate divided by the payments per year, and then the loan term times the 12 payments. Again. And then the loan amount $12 and $0. And multiply that by -1, so that shows up as a positive number. And then, so as you can see, I locked in all the values so that they stay constant throughout all 5 years, but the interest level will change from year to year, so I've got to go back in and change a couple numbers. So I'll change this from 1 to 12 for that first year to 13 to 24. And then do the same thing with the rest of these. So this one would be 25. 37. on 38. And then last one will be 63. Alright, so to do the principal, I'm just going to take the payment for each year minus interest. And I'll just drag this. The balance is going to be the loan amount minus the principal. And then for this one, just take this, that, minus that, and then you can drag it. Okay, so for the property data, the property value for the year 0 is going to be just the purchase price, and then starting with the next 5 years, it will be the purchase price times 1 plus the rental or the property growth rate. And then if you lock in this property growth rate value, you'll be able to drag it across here. And then you basically do the same thing with the rental. This is the initial rent for the year. I just went ahead and calculated it from the beginning and multiplied the original monthly payment by 12. So that's what you'll have to do anyway for this. But you take that, do the same thing, do the 1 plus the property or the rental growth rate, and do the same thing. Well, that should be this number first. Times plus. Yeah, and then going back and just locking in that variable, able to drag it. Yeah, so for the insurance, it's going to be $1,000 for the first year, which comes from up here, and then for the following years, it's going to be $1,000 times 1 plus that expense growth rate. Yep. So for maintenance, it's exactly the same as it was for insurance. You're just going to take the maintenance value, which it will just be that for the first year. But then for the rest of the remaining years, it'll be that same value times the expense growth. Or times 1 plus the expense growth. Yeah. So for principal and interest, it's obviously just the principal and interest, which is going to add up to the payment amount. So I'm just gonna copy the payment amount. And then the cash outflows before taxes is going to be the sum of all these. Alright, so we already calculated the property taxes and the interest in previous tables, so I'm just going to copy and paste those. Or I guess just reference them. I can drag that across. Same thing for the interest. And then the total tax deductions is just going to be the sum of those two values. And then tax savings will be the total tax deductions times this marginal tax rate. If I lock this, I'll be able to drag it across. That's how you do that part. For the renting, all you do is you take this number and use that for the first year, but then for the following years, you take that number and then you multiply it by the 1 plus the rental growth rate, and that's how you get those numbers. For this section, you just take the cost of renting, copy and paste that. I don't know why these two changed. I'm just gonna change it. And then 19. And then you do the same thing with take the after-tax cost for the cost of owning. And then this number is just the cost of renting minus the cost of owning. So minus that. Yeah, that's how you get that section. Alright, so I'm going to backspace this, but to get this number, you're going to take just the this property value here, right here. I'm just going to copy this formula if I can. Down here. And then this one is the selling cost is going to be this number times the selling expense. And then if you lock this in, you'll be able to drag this one across.